Hello, this is Star Giant. Welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be talking about a Hu Tao character guide, so you guys already know what to do. Just subscribe and yeah, then you won't miss my latest contents. And I'll be live streaming on Twitch every time there are new contents. So that's what we're going to be doing for most of the days. I'm still waiting for Blue Protocol. And I am a little bit tired today too. So yeah, so we're going to go to the video right now. So in Hu Tao, I won't be putting any more of the gameplay on here because there is no gameplay for her because she's very new. So yeah, I'm just going to go over brief information. So who is Hu Tao anyway? So we already know it said that she will be coming out in 1.3. Well, we don't know that for sure. It's just a rumor, right? But the said that it will be come out in for rumor alongside with Yao. And I don't think it's actually going to come out alongside with Yao at all, because in my opinion, I think it's because I already seen the Yao and those information. Yao is actually going to come out with alongside with Venti. That's what I'm actually seeing. Venti coming back in 1.3, but to be honest, I'm still not too sure about that yet. I know Yao will be in 1.3, and I'm not sure about Hu Tao though. Hu Tao could be like, I don't know that, and I don't know how NA is gonna work though, because they might put it alongside with Yao. Who knows? They might be later, but I most likely it's gonna be after Yao though. That's why I have to see. But now, as you guys don't know much about Hu Tao yet, she's actually a spear user working at the Wingshang funeral in Leo Harbor with Zhang Li. And at first I thought Yang Li was the boss, but he actually just the assistant. So assistant for Hu Tao. So Hu Tao is actually the boss of that place. So yeah, and she actually she is a bit of a prankster. So if you guys have not noticed. Alright, we already talked about those things. Then Hu Tao funeral. Yep, Polar it's a spear user. She is the pyro character. So yeah, fun to play. The 7/7 director of Hu Tao funeral. She took over a business rather young age. Yeah, that's actually of the facts there. We're going to do a little bit, and they do have a story, but I'm not going to read through the whole thing because, well, it's going to get boring. So when after Procker ascend, you will need these fragment and gem in order to get from the Pyro Red One from Leo Harbor. So that what you guys should already know what that is anyway. A fragment there are actually these two are actually easy to get. These three here, but the one you cannot get, it's gonna be these. So the recipe. So the fragment one, it's actually a bigger chunk one to get it. So you had to craft it from a smaller piece. A gemstone is actually the hardest one to get though. The soap flower easy to get, so you guys don't need to worry too much. You probably already have a bunch of it, so I had to assume. And the woofer flower easy to get too. Get beat up with pyro woofer flower, cryo woofer flower. You can easily get it. Mora, you should have like more than you expected. Okay, this is actually a new one here. Juvenile Jade. I think we have that. I'm not too sure. Maybe we do. I might have forgotten, and I don't pay attention, so I don't know. But I do know it's gonna be. I do know they're gonna have it in 1.3 anyway. Okay, because Yao coming out, that's when they're gonna have for him, and Hu Tao coming out, that's when they're gonna have for her. So yep, I know in 1.3 they're gonna have those. And these woofer flower, you're talking about energy nectar, you will have to craft them from a smaller woofer flower start. So not much of a difference when you level her up. So for 20, there you go. Level 40, that's when you ascend. Increase a little bit of it. So progress is not very much of it. And when you ascend her, but it does make her stronger in attack. That's what you needed. Okay, so her normal attack is to perform the 6 executive spear strike. Most characters do that. Charge attack, consume a certain amount of stamina to lunge forward, dealing damage opponent a long way, and it also cause some effect on it too. So you guys don't know that yet, but it doesn't say in here. We're gonna go through it, and you'll get what I'm saying. Plunge attack around mid-air, ground. Yep, this is AoE damage here, so it's a physical damage. 1 attack, 2 attack, all the damage. When you ascend these up, yeah, it will actually do a lot of damage. This is how you when you ascend. Guide to Afterlife. This is what is her skill, elemental skill, and her attacks. So on the way to knocking and use how. Yeah, she used a portion of her health in order to like increase her attack. So foreign play mode, I don't know how to pronounce it. This is actually her elemental skills. So it says here increase Hu Tao attack based on her max HP at the time of entering the state. Attack bonus gain this way cannot exceed 300% on a Hu Tao basis attack. So you can't. So it will increase her attack, but it cannot exceed over 300% because that's the max. And convert attack damage to pyro damage, which cannot be overridden by any other element of infusion. So what it's actually talking about is like here, when the skill activated, it convert all your damage into pyro damage, which is elemental damage. And it can be overridden, which is, well, you can't. It won't be like all your other element won't be affected by it. So yeah, that's what it means. Third is going to be charge attack, applying Blood Blossom effect to an enemy, and we will going to be talking about the Blood Blossom, what the effect is going to do. And also in the stats, you increase Hu Tao resistance to interruption. So what it means is like when it's getting staggered, if you don't know what getting staggered is, it's like you get hit. It could say you got hit and your attack you got cancelled, and your combo kind of cancelled out. So that's what it means is by stagger, and that's what it means by interruption. Though it have resistance to that. If enemy have knockout or something, it's kind of like knocking you all the way back to a wall or something, then yeah, I think it won't help. It has to say. Blood Blossom, what effect is going to do on an enemy when you use a charge attack when still activated in the state. So enemy will be affected by Blood Blossom will take pyro damage every 4 seconds. This damage is considered elemental skill damage though. Each enemy affected by only one Blood Blossom effect at a time, and their endurance may be refreshed by Hu Tao herself. Her skill ends when endurance is over, Hu Tao is left the battlefield, or she dead. So that's how it works. And we'll also set the convert of the cooldown on her skill too. Though her elemental skill is said that when activated, it doesn't matter what level you are in, it is still going to consume 30% of your HP to convert it into attack damage. So level 1 that says it already increased the current 30% of current HP already. That's the activate cost, and then it will increase. Your attack will increase by 3.4% of max HP, which how much HP you have left. Then it will increase over time. It will increase if you upgrade, so that's already normal. Blood Blossom endurance is going to be 8 seconds, and the duration is going to be like 9 seconds. So when you activate it, it's going to have 9 seconds to be in, and the cooldown is for 16 seconds. I do not know when it's like when the duration when you activate your elemental skill, that when the cooldown will start, or duration end, that when the cooldown start. I'm not too sure about that part because it's a little too known about her. So Spirit Smoother, this one is actually her elemental burst, which is her ultimate. Command of bringing the spirit attack during pyro damage into large AoE damage. Upon striking an enemy, regenerate percentage of Hu Tao max HP. This factoring can be triggered up to 5 times based on the number of enemy hits. If Hu Tao hit point is below or equal by 50% when an enemy is hit, both of a damage and HP regenerated are increased. So yeah, this is actually an elemental skill burst, and so it used in a large AoE damage upon striking an enemy. Trigger up to this factor says trigger up to 5 times, and a regeneration of HP though. And it will regain. It will like regenerate her health by depending on how many number of enemies she hits. So you got a whole group, she will actually heal into a full max HP. So that's what it's going to be. per enemy. It's a whole group. And for it, and if she if Hu Tao hit 50% of HP, it like below or equal 50% HP, then both of damage and hit point will regenerate and are increased. So that's what it's going to be. Next one is going to be here. It said here that also level 1, 2, 3, 4, always max level 15. Skill damage though, that already deal like over 300% of damage already. Skill hit point regenerates already 6.26 max HP regenerate, and lowest regenerates 8.35 max HP. That's gonna be another one. Cooldown is 15% for each time, so use 60 NG is 60. That's a max age when you already had max HP, max NG. I mean, yeah, cooldown 15%. That's mostly most of the skill or your elemental burst is mostly 15%. Ascending a material talent is increasing your skill. What you're gonna need. So you already know we're gonna need the guild dignity and teaching of intelligence. That will be assumed for Hu Tao, and for Aya gonna be the same thing. That's what you will need for Aya too when she comes out. And I'm about to tell you guys, Aya, I'm not sure when she's coming out though. Probably later on, probably 1.5, 1.6. I don't know. She will come out when the new town comes out. I think called Inazuma, new city. Yep, though, and you also need Whipper Flower. These things you have to ascend. Or you can get it from the dungeon, but it's rare to get in the dungeon. These things you can get from a nectar. These things you can get from a fire Whipper Flower one, but you have to have the material to ascend it instead. It's like Shuman Nectar. Those things you have to grab it in order to ascend it. And these things you can grab it from a boss fight. So Child is one of them already. And the crown, you only can get this from some sort of event or a tree the tree that you upgrade. That's actually from Dragon Spine. Also some other event too, so you can grab. So that's the only one right now so far. Okay, so her passive talents already. This is going to be one of them called the more the merrier. Okay, so when Hu Tao cook a perfect dish, that she will have a 18% chance of receiving a additional suspect dish of the same type. So what it means is that it's going to be 18% of having creating another same dish. That's what it's going to be. That's what it means. And flatter and flutter by. So when the skill state is activated by a guy up to afterlife is over, all allies in the party, including herself, will have their crit rate increased by 12% for 8 seconds. So that's actually a very big deal. And the next skill here is going to be that when Hu Tao hit HP is equal or less than 50%, her power damage bonus is increased by 33%. So these are just a passive. So when her hit point goes down, her damage increase. That's how it is. Her skill is actually based. Her elemental skill is based on her hit points. That's what it is. With this one, it actually is very insane. So she actually considered a very powerful in a damage to enemies. So she's actually considered the most powerful one I've actually known so far. Okay, so Constellation. These are Constellation, going to be 6 of them. That's all for Constellation. Okay, so first Constellation, Crimson Banquet. When in elemental state though, it will activate a Guy of Afterlife. Hu Tao's charge attack will not consume any stamina. When she uses elemental skill while in that state, her charge attack will not consume any stamina at all. So you can actually keep spamming that during that state though. And Constellation level 2, Omnal Rainfall, increase of Blood Blossom damage by an amount of equal to 4% of Hu Tao HP at the time will effectively apply. Additional Spirit Smoother will also apply the Blood Blossom effect. So increase of Blood Blossom, this is actually her ultimate. So it also increase the amount of food. The attack will increase the amount of how like 4% of HP of Hu Tao max HP. Will apply effect at a time though. Additional, that also will increase Blood Blossom damage effect. And lingering Karma Mine. This will also this is actually Constellation level 3. Increase the level of the guy of Afterlife by 3%. Max level is 15. So you will actually gain the skill by 3 to max of 15. Constellation level 4, Guardian of Eternal Rest. Upon defeating an enemy affected by Blood Blossom, that Hu Tao will apply herself. All nearby ally in the party, including herself too, will have their crit rate increased by 12% for 15 seconds. So defeating an enemy by using when they're affected by Blood Blossom will increase your allies and yourself by increasing critical hit rate by 12% for 15 seconds. Elemental and Constellation level 5 floors increase. So increase the level of Spirit Smoother by 3. So it's increased Spirit Smoother, which is your ultimate, also known as Elemental Burst. So it increased all the way to up to 3 more levels, so at max is still 15. So Constellation level 4, Butterfly Embrace. A trigger when Hu Tao hit point drop below of 25%, or when she suffer a lethal strike. So no matter what it is, when she only have like 25% of HP, when you took damage or hit KO, no matter what, you still gonna survive. So it's triggered when it means you're still gonna survive anyway. So that's what I mean. Hu Tao will not fall as a result of a damage sustained additional for the next 10 seconds. All her elemental and physical resistance is increased by 200%. Her crit rate is increased by 100%. That's actually a big deal. And her resistance to unrough is greatly increased. Man. When she actually got hit, she will not fall yet. It will actually increase her elemental and physical resistance by 200%, and also increase her crit rate by 100%. But she still can die when she's burning. So when the burn effect occurs, you're still gonna die. And this effect trigger automatically when Hu Tao have 1 HP left. Yeah, so like I already explained, if she take lethal damage or anything like that, she will not die. She will have 1 HP and she will not fall. And additionally for the next 10 seconds though. So yeah, if you're still in the fire, you're gonna die. So with that 1 hit point, and this only can occur every 60 seconds. So they also have a cooldown. So that only in every 16 seconds, then that's 1 minute so far. Then that's when it will be activated. It can be activated again by a con. So I hope this guide helped you a little bit about knowing about her and knowing what to do when she comes out. And like I already explained already, in my opinion though, because I think when Jiao's comes out, that's when Venti gonna be along with side of Jiao coming out in 1.3. And I say she might be coming out after Jiao's banner. That's what I know. That's what I'm thinking. Could be after the Yellow Banner in 1.3, or it could be in 1.4. We don't know that for sure. I just know there are going to be 2 5-star characters that are coming out in 1.3. 5, like 2 or 3. She could be in there. We don't know. I will be talking about that's all the build I got. I will be talking about her build, and I will see what kind of build and what kind of stacks that you will need to build on her. And yep, I will be doing that video. I will be doing that on my next video. So I'll catch you guys on my next video. Peace out.